This is the Simpit. I'm your host, Sean Cole, but the real star of today's show is you guys, and here we are for today's edition of the Pitstop, where we are here just to talk about our favorite hobby and sport. And I don't know if you guys can see or tell, I am exhausted. I am so tired. I was up till like 2:30 in the morning last night. I'll tell you more about that a little later in the show. This is a beta test on the colors, still working on the studio, still working on the lighting. I tried some brighter lights and it was a little too much. Anyway, Windows update screwed up my audio. Anyway, lots of exciting things going on. So despite looking tired, don't worry about me. I'm extremely happy. I'm pumped up. It's Friday. It's the beginning of the weekend and a lot of great things going on. And this exhaustion comes from extreme amounts of fun. So unfortunately, I missed last night's Sim Racing Systems race. And I understand it was a pretty crazy race. So that was too bad. I'm hoping to make tonight's race, and we'll get to that later in the day as well. So what is going on in the world of sim racing? What's going on Friday, May 18th, 2018, heading into the weekend? Yes, we're trying some colors. We're doing some things. Thank you for the microphone. I made an adjustment. Hopefully everything's okay there. Forza, I guess they've got some rule changes going on. So they have a lot more inside Xbox, as they refer to it, for Forza Motorsport 7. And there's a whole write-up there, so you'll find this via their Twitter feed. But it talks about rule changes, regulation changes, things that are going on in the Forza community, including some changes to the drag racing and having, like, somebody wrote in here, Friday night drags. I'm not sure if that was part of it or not, but wouldn't that be cool? Yeah, but I don't like my white stripe isn't very level. So it was a beta or a test. This was just a test. Yeah, John, no, that was not why I was up at 2:30 last night. That would have been a great excuse too. That would definitely be. So you know, some of us love Forza and some of us are really dedicated to it. If you want to hear what's going on, and it sounds like some good stuff going on at Forza, competitive racing, drift and drag features, including rule and regulation changes as well. So you can find all those details through the Forza Twitter feed. Oh, you were playing Wolfenstein too. That's a great excuse to be up till 2:30 in the morning. I love it. I guess this round of the WRC competition, Rally to Portugal, is proving to be very difficult. Stages 2 and 3, and a lot of guys having problems and carnage. I'm sorry, Tom. That will be fixed by the next time we do one of these shows. But you can see Ott Tanak with some images of his crashed car there on the Portugal stage. So if you are in that one, watch out on stages 2 and 3. Rumor has it, it is a tough challenge, and the first time they've talked about one of their challenges being tough, so I wonder if it truly is or not. That's in the WRC esport competition, open to everybody. Clear truck boundaries. Thank you. Dave Blair is our in-house Forza specialist. I should, literally on a day that we have a Forza story, I should bring in a webcam with Dave Blair to tell us all about it, because Dave, we'll talk about Dave a little bit later in the show as well. Lots of things to talk about. More highlights, this time from the race room. So all the highlights we've shown of the WTCR event from Nürburgring were via Avid Chronic Racing and Mitchie Hoyer. Race room has posted, let's see, I think they had a highlight video, didn't they? Here we are. So here, if you go to their Twitter feed, you can go to the link there to their whole event. But they talk about all the drama, which there was. They talk about the action, which there was, and it was an exciting event, as we heard from Mitchie, and we're going to be doing a interview with Jack Keatley just to hear it firsthand from him, being that he was the one most intimately involved. They have a video there showing off some of the stuff that went on there. Definitely worth seeing some images and talking about the whole event and how it played out from the race room side of things. So there's Jack, the guy with the long hair and the Avid Chronic Racing shirt. We're going to be doing an interview with him. Stu's thinking of uninstalling race room. Well, there you go. I don't know why you'd go and do that, Stu. That's kind of extreme. I'd go win their money. Go win their money instead of uninstall the sim. Codemasters. Oh, they have another episode on Onrush. I'm not going to dwell on that. I'm kind of tired, to be honest with you, of talking about Onrush. I think it'll be fun. Don't get me wrong. But, you know, they're promoting this like it's the greatest game ever. You know, that's their job. No offense. But for me as a sim guy, I can only do so much Onrush before I play it myself. So this is the first of a 4-part series. I'll probably let you know about the other parts, but I'm not going to spend any time. I see a lot of happy birthday wishes out there. Happy birthday to those with the birthday weekend. And thank you if you're referring to me. I don't really like talking about my birthday. To be honest with you. I'm planning a big party, don't get me wrong. I just, does anyone know which app Sean uses in Assetto Corsa that gives the names of the turns? That's in part of my sidekick, and I believe it's just the corner names. There are two. There's one that has the track map, where you actually see the ribbon, and there's the other one that brings up. So if you do sidekick, it brings up all the things on the right-hand side when you float your mouse in driving view, not in menu. Thank you, stay tuned. We're working on things. Wait, yeah, not a fun one to discuss. Yeah, exactly. Darren, you know exactly where I'm coming from. This is the quiet birthday. This is the let's just wait for the 22nd. That's all I'm going to say. There will be a party at my house, actually. I'm going to have a big party, but I'm not as excited as I could be. All right, enough of that topic, please. Thank you. Thank you. And anybody in the know knows why and what. iRacing. Real Life posted a picture, and this is the end of the LSR TV All-Star race. And this is actually a very interesting race because, you know, these guys, these peak antifreeze auto world championship drivers, you know, it's all about setup, it's all about teamwork, it's all about all that kind of stuff. In that all-star race, they're all in the same setup, so it's sort of a different kind of event. Real Fala's won this thing a few times. Anyway, this is the big showdown between Bobby Zielinski and Real Fala going for the win, and it didn't work out both for either of them so well. Logan Clampett went on to win the race, but you can check all that out at iRacing. Check out the replay at LSR TV and all that kind of stuff. That's how you make a truck. Track info halfway down the buttons. There you go. Thank you, Nick. On with the show. Agreed. All right. All right. ARP is going to start calling. Great. Great. Done with the birthdays. The Crew, another game that I could tell you I'm a little tired of covering because, you know, we're a sim show, but at the same time we're gamers and at the same time we're automotive game enthusiasts. So, I mean, I don't want to not cover games. I don't want to be a sim elitist. You know, we don't tolerate sim racism here in our show. So The Crew 2 has some real-world research. You want to know how they came up with their maps. You want to know how they came up with their terrain, their lighting, aspects of the game that they thought were important to carry over from real life. Here's a cool video made by them that you can hear about the behind the scenes on The Crew 2. So it is a little different and it is kind of cool. You can check that out. I found that at the Crew 2 Twitter page. Ride 3 had an announcement trailer we talked about. There were some screenshots I didn't see. I don't know. Are these like loading screens? I mean, obviously that's not a driving shot. That looks like a loading screen, perhaps. But what looks like, I mean, if they back these graphics up, none of these are driving, notice. But if they back up those kind of graphics, that could be really, really beautiful and cool. Yeah, Wreckfest is insane. Wreckfest is the best kept secret in all of sim racing. And I do say sim racing because we talk about, you know, The Crew. Wreckfest actually has some really good physics. Forget setup and all that. We haven't even dove into that very much. Except for Josh, who figured out you can armor your vehicle, and he killed all of us. But Wreckfest, gotta check it out. Isle of Man, I told you guys it was coming. Well, shoot, next week it'll be here. The Sidecars. Be the sidecar monkey. I don't know if you can be the monkey, but how are they going to handle that? I mean, when you think about sidecar, that guy leaning over, is that automated, or do I now have to use another control? Notice I went to my controller. Do I have to use another control to move my monkey? That didn't sound right at all. Two things coming out of FA Racing G2 Logitech. Another who is G2 Nestor. So if you want to find out who Nestor Garcia is, what makes this guy who he is, and why he can be one of the greatest sim racers on earth. We knew his name before FA Racing. We knew his name before Race Room Competitions Gran Turismo. He's been a mainstay name in sim racing for a long time. The crashing is insane. Yeah, actually, I guess we will be doing Wreckfest on Monday because my party is on Sunday, and Monday is fun day. I've been telling people Monday fun day. I forgot that I had a day on Monday. Monday fun day, birthday bash. That's what we're gonna do. I love it. You know. All right. Last topic on birthday. Yeah, I don't want to talk about this birthday. I'll be ready to get out some aggression on Monday. Monday, I'll have a little need to lash out a little bit, so I think Wreckfest is perfect. Birthday bash on Monday. Anyway, in addition to hearing about who is G2 Nestor, I've mentioned the JMR scholarship, and we've talked because, oh gosh, his name's slipping my mind because I'm so tired right now. What's his name? Sebastian Job. Yeah. Oh, I said it right before I saw it. The scholarship that he won, the JMR scholarship, which drive on a sim, drive in a Ginetta G40 on track, drive in a Ginetta G55 on track, and then the winner, I guess, apparently, I don't know, but this is what Sebastian's doing, but their 2019 scholarship is now open for entries. So you're going to want to go to JMR scholarship, and if you want to look at one of the ways, in a way that Sebastian Job went from being a real life to a sim racer to a real life driver via the JMR scholarship 2018. So go check out JMR scholarship, and if you're, I'm sure you need to be somewhat in the region, being England, but it might be one of those avenues to racing. All right, a few more things. We'll move along. Game Watcher has a story on Anti-Aggravator, so if you want to hear more about that F-Zero type racer game. I mean, it's a racing game, no doubt about it. I've played lots of F-Zero and hover this, hover that. I remember when Battletech was big, they were opening up Battletech centers in Pasadena. There was one, and they had a hovercraft anti-gravitator type racing that I played a ton of. Yeah, that's right. I should have candles going and turn it into a donation drive. What the heck? All right, also moving along, just another game you can hear about. This is at worthplaying.com, and this is Fast Beat Loop Racer. Speaking of old arcade-style racer, look at that. They even have the Asian writing going along with it. Up to 4-player online racing. Anyway, I thought this was kind of amusing. It was sent in. Totally old school. I mean, I've played this game, haven't I? Didn't I play this game like 12 years ago? But there you have it. You can check that out. Need for Speed Payback's getting one of those visual facelifts. I talked about Grand Theft Auto getting that third-party graphics change that changed the lighting and the effects and a bunch of the views of, hey, happy birthday, Sean. Woohoo! But giving it a more spectacular visuals compared to the way it came stock. Apparently Need for Speed Payback has a mod that has kind of done a similar thing and giving it a little bit more of the real-life lighting and things like that, and that's at Dark Side of Gaming. Next 3 topics come from PC Gamer. You want to know what the best RAM? DDR4 RAM? Well, I just bought some RAM. Doesn't look like that. It ain't that pretty. It ain't that pretty. Anyway, you can find that out at PC Gamer and hear about their favorite pick for RAM, DDR4. Interesting thing, we talked about cryptocurrency and what they did and affected graphics cards. And that affects all of us. I mean, that affects everybody who games. Forgive me. Now, there's a whole other topic when it comes to cryptocurrency and the enormous amount of power that they suck up. It takes a lot of juice to run a mining rig. And you run a handful of mining rigs 24/7, and you are a massive power consumer. Gosh, in the old days, that would have gotten your home raided, thinking you were up to funny business. But this hits home to everybody. This isn't just a gaming topic. This goes to everybody, because this could start driving up your electricity rates or causing brownouts, depending on who's doing it and where and on what kind of scale. So another angle or thought on cryptocurrency. Here's an article at PC Gamer, just mentions it, so I'm just going to mention it. Why they love the freedom of burnout paradise. How do you guys feel about open world driver games? You know, when we race on a full-blown sim, obviously it's very restricted to the tracks and the boundaries of the tracks. How do you guys feel about the general concept of open world driving games? And is that appealing to you? And if you're I really want to know if you're a hardcore sim racer and, you know, iRacing or Assetto Corsa or R-Factor, and I'm not trying to single anything out, are your cup of tea. Do you still like doing open world driving games just because it's kind of fun to do the things that you do in real life? I mean, I love driving in Grand Theft Auto, for example, and I do that for the driving experience in an open world environment where I can run people over and crash cars and do all the things that I should never do outside. Yeah, Forza Horizon was a great example of that. Need for Speed games have had that. I like them. So anyway, I without even reading the article, it just kind of made me think about the topic of open world driving games. And when you play an open world driving game, is it important to you that it maintains some kind of driving physics that you can relate to or feel realistic? RF mentions if he can use as a wheel. I find it really aggravating when I can't use a wheel to play some of those games that we're referring to, because let's be honest, they are games, not sims. But a little topic for discussion. ATS is in truck sim, Tom, being open world. GT Planet has a whole write-up on Onrush. I guess I'm going to talk about it a little bit more. So if you want to hear more about Onrush from the angle of the guys at GT Planet, you can find out about that at GT Planet. The PMax. This thing makes me laugh. 8K headset, which, what do I need, like triple 1080s to run this thing? I don't know what but anyway, they're getting ready to start shipping them out. So Kickstarter versions, if you were early investor on Kickstarter for the PMax 8K headset, look at that thing, it's like this big. Anyway, as soon as June, you could start seeing these units out there in the world, and that'll be kind of exciting. Again, I don't know what kind of computer it takes to run it. John's trying to stir things up. I missed your stir up comment, but thank you, John. We always need a little stirring things up. George Weissman, I sent your stickers out yesterday. I had a bunch of packages ready to go out. Unfortunately, they didn't go out till yesterday because I'm really behind and bad about shipping. But all my shipping, Stu, George, Jesse, Franco, a handful of others. I had a stack of things at the mailbox. All right, moving along. We did mention this one, Okamoto, so here's a write-up at True Achievements if you want to hear more about that jet ski game. I'd play it. I mean, I'm so far behind, I don't know if I could really do... Okay, now that I saw that guy in his shorts, I don't need to play it. What else do we have? All right. Yesterday was the big vote, and Dipshit Pie, that's what I'm going to call him now, not Ajit. Dipshit Pie is really sad. He's sad now that he got his money from all the telecom companies. He's sad that yesterday they repealed his ridiculous voting on net neutrality and things are going to remain as they were. So that is a good thing for all of us. You know, they confuse the heck out of you when you do things. I believe that's good for all of us. You never know. And that pretty much takes us to the end of the news. We got things wrapped up kind of quick today, which is good because I have a lot going on behind the scenes. Billy Strange Racing. Billy's got a great show. Billy Strange Racing on YouTube. And he does some podcasts, and they're really cool. I've done one with him. Anyway, he had Sim Racing 604 on the show, and they talked about GT, mods, and AI. I need to do some work around the house here on one of my next stories. You'll know what I'm working on in a moment. I'm going to fire up that podcast and just listen to their take on those topics. So if you need some background audio, you're definitely going to want to check this one out. And I know that Billy has a review coming out as well, so friendly competition between me and my buddy Billy Strange. So congratulations, Billy. Go check out that channel. And while you're checking out other channels, I want to remind you guys about the Simpit Pit Crew channel. And I don't show this channel nearly enough love, but I'll tell you what, Dave Blair sure does. Dave Blair has been working his butt off, putting out videos. And if I don't help promote this show, this channel, it's not going to grow. I have a few other people who've talked to me about also creating content for the Simpit Pit Crew, which basically, if you create content and nobody's watching it, if you're tired of not getting much attention, we're going to be promoting this channel more and more, allowing all of you to show your skills in so many ways, whether it be driving, streaming, editing, even reviewing. I'm very open to anything, and if you're interested in being part of that, just send me an email, Sean, S-H-A-U-N, at thesimpit.com. Let me know that you want to be part of the Pit Crew channel, the Simpit Pit Crew channel, and create some content for us. And we can talk about how to get you up and running. Yeah, and speaking of, Tom Jones just mentioned, Dave Blair in particular does recap videos. So like here is race week 1, race 2 in the Porsche, and he shows some of the highlights. Like, so here's me making one of my big moves. We actually showed photos of this during the pit stop, I think on Monday or Tuesday. But here's me making the big pass heading into turn 1, and I had a podium finish in that race. Really good day for me there. So great job by Dave Blair, and you can check out all of those kind of little contact. Oh, rubbing is racing. That was a great example of rubbing is racing, by the way. I gave him some room. He took a little more. We made a little contact. All is good and well. Last night, they did race, and I say they because I didn't make the race, and I'll tell you why in just a minute. We're almost to that, almost to the end of the show. But tonight will be race week 2, race 2 at Nürburgring and GP course, and it will be 1 hour of fun starting at 6 p.m. I am crossing my fingers to do that race tonight. I am a little behind, and we're going to talk about that in a minute, and I might not be able to even. Stan Donnet does my paint jobs, and that beautiful orange and blue Simpit Porsche 911 RSR is compliments of Stan Donnet's paintwork. We also run a race room series, which I haven't been able to run yet. It runs on Saturdays in the morning for us on West Coast, available to just about everybody. But you might want to check out our touring car challenge on Race Room as well, and I'm dying to get out there and do that as well. Last night, they did race, and it looked like there was a hectic race, and I say that because Ricardo Mascarenas won, scoring 102 points. But then I look down, and I think, wow, Andres Castaned is 92 points, but listed in 4th place. So it looks like there are some penalties, or I don't know what went on there. I'm going to have to talk to the guys and find out. Hopefully, I'll be able to make tonight's race. So that is going to do it for today's show. What I've been working on and why I was up till 2:30 in the morning. Excuse me. Let the suspense build for a moment. Now, you know I like doing the live show here. And this is a pretty simple show. It's one screen, me, not a big deal. When I do my racing videos, I actually like to use 3 different webcams, have my center screen going at 1080, broadcasting all that out at 1080. And in the past, that's been a real struggle. It was a combination of internet, quality of modem, and all that kind of stuff. And then it came down to the streaming computer. Not my racing machine, but my streaming computer. So I did something that is, I mean, if you guys just understood this, I was going to spend a lot of money to build a new computer. And it wasn't going to be building my computer racing rig. Blows my mind. I've always been a gamer. It's always build the A system and then downgrade and then throw away or donate the old. I'm actually upgrading the B computer. And I'm upgrading this computer to be a beast of a computer, far superior to my racing machine. And it's all in the name of streaming. I want to get it so when if I stream a race, if I stream me driving, it's 3 cameras at 1080 shrunk down, a center screen at 1080 shrunk down, all going to you live at 1080 at a high quality. And that has been my goal for a long time. I've upgraded microphones. I've upgraded everything, trying to make sure that the quality of the show, both live and recorded, are super high quality. So, long intro. I'm doing one of the things that we love to do as computer guys, and that is I'm building a new computer. So, this is a 8700K i7. No messing around here. And this thing, I'm building it into my old case, which had a monster, ridiculous 350-watt power supply. And so this is all coming together, but it was kind of a cleanup operation combined with a computer build and building up a machine that, funny enough, I won't even use for racing. I'm going to use it for streaming. It's going to be the new streaming beast. So that is a gift to you guys. To make the quality of the show better, which I'm always striving to do. So that's why I was up till 2:30 in the morning, why I have bags under my eyes. It's why I'm also pumped up, because as soon as I finish this, I'm going back to that, trying to get that computer up and running in time to stream tonight's race. That's going to be the big, can he do it? I don't know if I can get it done. I have a couple other things I actually have to do today beyond just work on the computer. I'm going to do my best, and if all goes well, we'll be live at 6, and it could be a train wreck if it barely works, or it could be triumphant, or we might just not make it. So I can't make any promises right now, but what I can promise you is there's a lot more quality content coming from the Simpit. So happy Friday to everybody out there. Get out there and do some racing. Send me screenshots of what you've done. Show me where you are on leaderboard. Show me where you finished in the race. Send me pictures of your rig. I want to make you guys the real star of the show. Thank you, Dave Blair, for doing everything you've done for the Pit Crew channel. Thank you, The Man, for all the news stories. Thank you, all of you guys, for all the news stories. And thank you to the patron group, because all these upgrades really come from your guys' generosity. That's going to do it. Have a great weekend. This is the Simpit. I'm Sean Cole, and I'll see you on the track.